and welcome to another episode of Route 10, where we teach you about the country of Barbados through the parish of St. Philip. I am Vanessa.
And I'm Darren. Today we have a packed show for you. The sun is brilliant, the weather is lovely. We are on the West Coast in the parish of St. James, and today we meet Coopa Dan, soca sensation, and then we hear another story from Scrappy.
We meet author Jelani Payne, and we introduce to you Kelly King of KMK Spa. We go on to our trainer, Stephen Mason, who is the owner of Extreme Mechanics. You want to get fit, not only at prop overtime, but all throughout the year? Check him out.
Now, today we are sailing the West Coast on a glass bottom boat. But while we board, here, what's up with soca sensation Coopa Dan?
My mom, Alison Gittins, she was a backup singer for years. Being in the tents from 5 years old, 6 years old, seeing the likes of Edwin and Alison Hines and Red Plastic Bag, those kind of people inspired me to want to be like them someday. So then, when I got the courage, I was about 17 years old, and I decided to. Mom was still singing at the time, and I decided to take it on. Mom always told me that she wanted me to earn it and not just get it because she know people or whatever. So it was hard. And I remember starting out. I actually started in the big show tank. And imagine an 18-year-old boy singing in the same tank as Red Plastic Bag and the Mighty Gabby and Matt Fingal and all the greats in the business, But I've been fortunate enough to learn from these guys as I went on in terms of stage presence, how to dress, how to interact with the crowd. So each year it has been a learning experience. I think now, at this stage, I would say I am a bit seasonal artist because for the last 3 or so years I've been consistent. The music been getting a lot of airplay, even travel outside of Barbados to perform and showcase the talent. So I would definitely say it's been a long journey, but it's paying off right now. Ask anybody in Barbados who's Jelani Payne, they don't know, but ask them who's Coopa Dan, they know. And that was my first goal, to get people know about me. Up to last year, I had this song, You Can't Be Unmanly and Ugly at the same time with Mad, which many people thought was Mad's song, but it was actually my song that I approached him about, and we collaborated on it. So, and then this year, I had the success with Champion Gal and Home. Competition for me is just a platform to showcase my talents, And at the end of the day, the judge's decision is final, so it don't be a fuss up for me in terms of, I trying to beat this body or whatever. I trying to just perform well. Like this year, was the first year I've ever made a finals of any competition in the Bashment Soca competition. What I'm doing for 2017, I'm going to continue being Coopa Dan. I think to date I have made many important links in the industry in terms of working with certain producers and working with certain artists. And in 2017, I just plan to continue using those friendships and partnerships I've built to further my career and to help put Barbados more on the map. I think it's too early for me to be thinking of the end game because, I'm only 28 years old. And you see the likes of Lil Rick and Red Plastic Bag, those guys are nearing the 50 mark and still going strong. And I'm only 28, so I believe my end game is far, far, far away from here. God's sparing life and health. Yeah, my name is Jelani Gittins, and they also know me as Coopa Dan on the mic. Everything just right, and we Jones in tonight. But first, I'm a Philippine.
You may be asking how DC get so broad. That was 100% Philippine Coopa Dan. So from one Philippine to a St. Philip story. Here is another amazing story from Scrappy.
Now a man gave his son a calf to keep. And in this type of arrangement, the recipient would rear the animal to maturity, and since it would usually be a female, its first calf was given back to the original donor. And if the animal was slaughtered, the donor received a choice piece of the meat along with some cash. Now, this particular young man was an ungrateful wretch. He took the animal and he sold it and pocketed all the money. And then he rolled up the rope with which the cow had been tethered, walk over to his father's house and handed the rope to his father and tell him, "This for you." As anybody could expect, the older man was very upset by his son's ingratitude. "Thanks," he said calmly. "I will make sure I keep it. But you see this said rope? it can hang you. Now these were prophetic words. The son was a conductor on a bus, and he was not the easiest person with whom you could get along. And inevitably, one day he came into conflict with his driver. Now the situation reached a pitch until he decided that he was to kill the other man. His plan was simple. One day, when the bus finished working the route, he would pick up a bicycle from a prearranged place, put it in the back of the bus, and when they reached a lonely road between two cane fields, he would stab the driver in the back and ride off, so that he would be far away from the scene before the crime was discovered. It seemed to be a foolproof plan, except for two small details. For one, now it was one of them open-sided buses with the long seats, which stretched from one side of the vehicle to the other. So this means that for him to reach the driver from the back of the bus, he would have to walk along the running board or climb over the seats. And secondly, he forget that there's an old proverb which says, every bush is a man, or every bush contains a man. Now in this particular case, it was a woman. A woman was just emerging from the cane fields where she had gone to answer a call in nature, and in those days the cane field was a toilet of sorts. She was just in time to witness the whole incident. Back then, we ain't had no talk of Privy Council, no Pratt and Morgan, no Amnesty International. There was the judge, the jury, and the hangman. 21 days after the fatal pronouncement, and you shall hang by the neck until dead. The ungrateful son walked those last steps to the gallows.
To hear more of these amazing stories and more true facts about the parish of St. Philip, get your copy of the St. Philip book written by G. Addinton Forde. Stay tuned on Route 10.
We are back, and here with me is owner of the glass bottom boat called Breezin', Wayne Jones. Welcome to Route 10.
Hi, thank you.
Okay, I have a serious curiosity about the name of your boat. Can you tell us about it?
Well, to be honest, the name before was just Breezin'. I had bought it, so owners had changed. So rather than go through the whole name change, everything, I took the just off.
Well, I can understand that. Can you tell us how long you've been in operation?
Well, I've been in operation, from about 2004. I worked with someone else before. I managed the company, but eventually everything was broken up.
So Wayne, what kind of activities do you do on this boat?
Well, mostly we go to see the turtles, which at one spot, and the shipwreck is at another spot. You also can swim at both of them.
Okay, but that sounds good for me, especially on this trip today. So can you tell us where exactly you're taking us today? How far are we going?
Well, today we're basically just cruising along the coast. That people get to see some of the coastline as well. Because I know most people only partly travel along in the bus, but it's actually very beautiful seeing it from the ocean as well.
What makes this boat so special?
Well, I think because we cater to kind of more to what people want. We're not very structured, so people bring their friends along. We can go to that area, they can swim. You just need to tell us what you want to do. And along with what we have, we try to incorporate what you want as well.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Wayne, for just staying with me and sharing this information with me. I am very interested in seeing the turtles and especially putting on a life jacket and going into that ocean. Darren, tell us what's coming up next.
Going to university can be both exciting and scary for some. Who knows it better than Jelani Payne? In fact, he wrote a book to assist freshers on their journey.
I started this particular project in 2014, so I haven't been writing, I guess, for a very long time, because this is my first book. the idea for this particular book that I've published, that came to me in like a day. So the book is called Survive, Thrive, and Stay Alive in College, a matter of perspective. Yeah. Essentially, the book is about mental preparation for college. It's essentially a college survival guide, but nothing like you've ever seen before. It's more about sharing my experiences and what I went through, and rather than actual tips and advice, I share perspective. But one of the things that qualifies me to write the book is I do a lot of experimentation. You know, for some people it may sound terrible, but experimentation just is how you gain experience. And because I do more experiments than a lot of other people, then that translates to a lot of experience. I went to the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus. Yeah, well I went there after I went to Cave Hill. I did a preliminary year at Cave Hill. Yeah. I would do it again minus the work, but it was fun, it was adventurous. It was good to get away from home and explore being a man on your own. Right now, you can purchase the book on Amazon. You get it in paperback. Yeah, I actually have a link on my Facebook page. So you can look for Think More, Not Less. Think More, Not Less. And when you go to shop now, that'll take you straight to the Amazon page where you can buy the print book. We're working on the ebook right now. These things take some time, and then we're also still working on completing the widespread distribution. You can contact me by Facebook at the same Think More Not Less. You can contact me on social media. Because I put my contact information on there, I have an email, thinkmorenotLessInc, I-N-C, thinkmorenotLessInc @gmail.com. So you can email me there too.
That was Jelani Payne's journey through university. Now, we still journey along the West Coast, and every journey needs a guide. Meet our guide and helmsman for today, Jason.
Hey guys,
How long have you been working on the glass bottom boat?
about 12 years now.
12 years is a very long time. Now, I know you live in the Parish of St. James. Can you tell us a little about your life in the Parish of St. James? Growing up in the Parish of St. James, I should say.
I come up on the water, I come up on the beach. Yeah, driving boats, doing jet skis, that kind of stuff,
Okay, great. Now, walk me through the process of my day on a glass bottom boat. I've already booked the glass bottom boat for me and my friends. Now, walk me through the process and the activities that you have on board.
We usually do like a 2-hour tour, but sometimes we do like a 4-hour cruise for locals.
Okay, great. So we're continuing, and I know we will be visiting the coast of St. Lucie. What is more to see on our way there?
Well, there's a small shipwreck off the old Ammon Beach that we could stop there and we can have a look at some fish and stuff there over the shipwreck as well. If you want to snorkel, you can snorkel there as well.
Is there a way that we can contact you guys, anyone who wants to get on the glass bottom boat?
Yeah, we got our cars circulating around the beach and the hotels and stuff like that. My contact number is 267-7632, and I'm available 24 hours a day.
Great, good stuff. Thank you, Jason. And we continue on the West Coast, but for now, meet beauty specialist Kelly King.
Well, it all started when I finished school at Springer, and I always wanted to do nails. And I saw an ad in the newspaper with Sabsha and Sadie, and I went from there. It took me 3 years. I basically went from Monday to Sunday. I did cosmetology, aesthetics, makeup, locks and relocking, nail technician. So I did manicures, pedicures, facials, body waxing. And then I went over to do Nova Lashes, henna in Trinidad. So that's about it. Nova Lash is taking one strand and placing it on your individual natural strand. If I'm doing a natural look, it takes like an hour and a half. If I'm doing like a glamorous, it's partially full, it's still a full look. It's like 2 hours. And if I'm doing diva, on every strand, every single strand is like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. I offer basically everything. The lashes, the henna, body art, the nails, yeah, basically everything. Sometimes I start from as early as 5 a.m., finish 12 p.m. Sometimes it run me till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. So if I do hair, I like try to mix it all in one day. So I do hair, I do nails, so I try to mix it and not do all of one thing, one service in one day. So I won't be doing hair all day and standing, so I try to mix it. The look is lashes, your brows done, you want your nails done, and your feet. Your feet is important too as well. You can contact me from my number, my cell phone number, 260-1510. And you have to book an appointment, preferably 2 days in advance, because I'm always book up. Beauty comes from within, but also it's to enhance what is already there already. So it's not to change you, but it's just to add to the foundation of what is there already.
Now you know where to get your pedicures and manicures, as I like to call them for the guys, the manly cures. Looking to get in good shape? More on Route 10.
We hear it all the time how important it is to exercise. Some of us do it daily, a lot of us do it around crop over time. However, meet owner Stephen Mason of Extreme Mechanics.
Right now, Extreme Bond Mechanics is operating is 4 years and about 8 months. Next year, March, will be 5 years flat that we were here. We do so many different things here. We're going to do a circuit, we do circuits, we do aerobics, as I say. We go outside and we do battlefield on the outside. And introduce something new, as I said earlier, for September, something called Extreme Body Attack. That is a high intense 1 hour straight workout with no stopping. Also has something called a 14-day blast off, which is 14 days consecutive exercising, which is high impact exercising. We do that as a group. Every 3 months we do that. We also do weight training, and we have something we do every year in March that is a sports day. We try to do that in memoration of my mom, Elrita Mason. She's bred and born in East Point in St. Philip also. We do a meal plan here. That meal plan is done by Mackie. He's pretty good at what he does. He always put in a meal plan for at least 14 days. And then from those 14 days, we'll try to work with you to take that weight off. But our meal plans are very, very simple. Very, very simple meal plans. You're having your eggs, your peanut butters, your fruits, your yogurts, and stuff like that. That's what we mainly focus on. We fill out the form, and then assess the form. If you have any health challenges, we work on them. Make sure that you went to the doctor give you all clear to exercise. That's very, very important. And after that, we assess you, do a weigh in, and then we go from there. And then find out what is you want to achieve. The cost of the gym is $5 daily. That introduces you to all the classes. You can do the weight room, the aerobics classes, and you do $15 weekly. That introduces you to everything again, and $50 monthly. I have some fantastic members. I have members that I can rely on. If I'm not here, we're sitting here for me. I have trainers that all of them are certified. I have Mackie, I have Mark, I have Alan. We try our best to make people happy here at Extreme Body Mechanics Fitness Center.
I know that exercise can be a little draining, but with Stephen Mason, it is also fun. Let's see what's coming up next on Route 10.
I was in the school choir at St. Stephen's, boys and the school choir. Then my voice cracked, well, I said, finish with that. But, you know, as you get older, things sometimes come back, and it's just what it did.
I use a lot of precious, semi-precious stones like tiger eyes. I have quartz, shells.
We believe that as a developing country with not a lot of what people call natural resources, that we have to be very strategic in how people in the country use their skills, because that's the only thing that we really have to export.
Darren, we've come to an end of an amazing program today.
Yes, we did. I had a great time sailing on the West Coast. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and to view this episode and previous episodes, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next week, Route 10!